Hey, Coach Theus, I hope you and everybody at VCU are well. Can you talk a little bit about NBA players from the HBCU experience? We can throw back and look at some of the greats, but talk about the opportunities guys can have this in this day and age.
Well, I think that the great part about the NBA is it's very progressive in its attitude and it's wanting to be socially conscious. I think it's been in the forefront of all of those issues. We even had a HBCU NBA showcase over the summer. And again, the opportunity to be seen is there. But I tell people all the time, whether you're at an HBCU or a Power Five, if you're good enough, they'll find you. There's only three things that are important. It's minutes, style of play, and the coach. Where you go to school is when you talk about playing professionally, when you talk about going to the next level, those things are not what's important. But I'm very proud of our conference. Dr. McClellan, he's done a phenomenal job with our conference, building our conference, giving our conference the swag that it needs, and also the substance, and building that, with the new TV deal that we have, and just the way people are talking about our conference now. It is a conference that people recognize as being an up and coming conference, but a conference that has athletes in it and players. And people sleep on the coaching. There's very good coaching in our conference. And as it grows and as it gets better, the coaching will even get better because the players are going to get better. And I remind my guys all the time, there are no such thing as great coaches. There's just really great players. Because I've seen a lot of great coaches lose when they don't have great players.
Coach, when HBCU football teams play so-called money games, or they play some of the bigger Power Fives, it can be challenging for rosters and injuries. But when you look at basketball, you only need 5 guys on each side, 10 guys in a basketball out there. Just talk a little bit about playing some of the Power 5 games and what that's been like, and going forward, what you envision. And we see it in the tournament at the end of the season and even earlier in the year. But what's your thoughts on playing Power 5 schools?
Well, I welcome it. I enjoy it. I think it's a great challenge. Our players are always wanting to move on and go to different places to play, and it's a great barometer to where you are. The money obviously is needed. We have 3 really tough games this year. We play Indiana, Iowa, and Illinois. When you play Illinois and you play, Iowa, you're going against the upper echelon of the Big Ten, which is no joke. But at the same time, I believe that it's not about, you'd love to win one and sneak them somehow or another, but to really push your players and to show them what they need to work on, what we need to work on as a team, and to keep them focused is what's most important.
Coach, in closing, any final comments? You experienced Cal State Northridge, and obviously it didn't have the budget that, say, maybe one of the bigger schools would have with the backing. But when you look at that experience and some of the HBCU experience, can you contrast that just a little bit?
Well, I mean, there's a difference. Listen, I've turned around a program at New Mexico State where they won 6 games a year before I got there. I went to Northridge that has never really had any real success, and there's reasons why it's never really had any real success. I believe that at New Mexico State, the administration and the basketball program were in lockstep of what needs to happen. At Bethune Cookman, being the AD does help, and because it puts me in direct connection with the upper administration. And the upper administration, they want to see us thrive. And they didn't think outside the box to make me the athletic director and the head basketball coach if they weren't willing to support. So it's very difficult to contrast the two, because one, the administration act like it didn't really care, and this administration really does. Now, the budget at Northridge was twice as much as the budget here, to be honest with you. But I think that when you think about HBCUs, I think you have to really think about facilities. You know, the facilities are the thing that holds us back as much as anything, because in today's world, in this microwave society, kids are very into amenities. And those amenities in other places are just that much better. And I, you know, I've lost 5 or 6 players because they went to schools that had better facilities. And you know, there's nothing I can say about that. If that's what's important, then that's what you have to deal with. But if you're trying to get to the next level, this 4 years goes quick, and you got to be coached well. You got to be mentored well. You got to be in a place where you can get your academics, because that is more important than anything. Because let's face it, there's only a very small percentage of guys who are going to get a chance to play at the next level. But at the same time, you know, that dream is real. And we want to make sure that they have everything they need to fulfill both dreams. And that is getting a great education and having a chance to play professionally.
Reggie, real quick, you were a member of the inaugural Orlando Magic team. Yeah. Now they have the first pick overall, the gentleman, Paulo, who played at Duke, a one and done type of player. When you think about his upside, what do you see in that young gentleman?
Well, you know, he played hard. He's an inside-outside guy. He's got good size. He gets to the rim. I mean, he's got all the tools. As it comes to, you know, when it comes to the Magic, you know, having one player and getting a great pick, now you have to make sure you have sustainability. It's about the other pieces, because that piece is not supposed to be the end all. That piece is supposed to come in and blend with veterans. And as much as anything, I think Alec Martin has done a great job over there. You know, the new coach he's done, he's a good guy, and he's a good coach. What has to happen now is just sustainability. You got to build the franchise from the bottom up, or from the top down. And when you do that, you're gonna be good. And you know, I remember how great the fans were in Orlando, and you know, so I expect that to stay the same. It's just a great basketball community in general in the Florida area. So it was fun. So I can tell you, I was ready to make Orlando my home for real, and then I got traded. But it was a lot of fun that first year.
Thank you, Coach. Have a great season.
All right, thank you.